Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Saturday morning, so you know it's time for another live edition of the Extra Point. Got PL Culture, Tasha T. Sizzle in the house. Now, before we get started, I want to air a little grievance that I have with you, Tasha, and I want to share it with the people because this is a place where when you're in the booth, you got to tell the truth, and I'm feeling some type of way about you right now, Tasha. So let me explain to the people what had happened was. See, yesterday I'm sitting at home minding my own business, and I get a FaceTime call from her right there. She's on the beach, on the island. She's got the beautiful blue skies. She's got the wind flapping in the cabana cloths. She's got the sandy the beaches behind her. While I got on that work from home ankle bracelet, like that's not cool. That's not love, Tasha. That's not. I'm stuck in the house. I couldn't leave. I had a meeting. And I look in the background and you got on your two-piece with the biscuit. Yeah, did you enjoy your day yesterday, Tasha?
First of all, let me go on and clear the air since you're trying to put me on blast. This one right here has been invited several times. Your girl has been down here for 4 years. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4 years.
You got a presidential term.
4 años. And I keep saying, come on down here. Come on, holler at your girl. Come on over to death row. Every year he said, yeah, my birthday. I'm going to come on down there.
That's going to happen. No.
I ain't seen him yet.
That's going to happen. You have my word on that. That's going to happen. And we are going to do a show live from the damn beach. So get your VPN ready, because when I saw that picture, I was like, Calgon, take me TF away from here. I was very jealous. The whole scene was so serene. Me and Mike have been kind of hating on her in the background because of some of these pictures she be posting in the chat and these videos. I'm sorry. I just had to clear the air so we can start the show fresh. So congratulations to Island Barbie over there and her great life outside the confines of the United States of America.
Not Island Barbie.
Island Barbie in the house. Now, Tasha, today I want to start the show off with a little game of word association. I'm going to give you a word, and you tell me the first word that comes to mind. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Diddy.
Can't stop, won't stop. Sad.
Okay. So we're on the same page right now because the word I had down was tragic. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. We got a word from my sponsor. So Denise's one word is guilty, I suppose. Now, Tasha, I want to speak to a larger point here because I'm not going to play internet detective. I'm not going to play Judge Judy up here and persecute the man. But I do want to basically say this. I find it strange that a man with so many connects and so much cachet and so much money, this thing has been going on for a little over a week now, and not one person has come to this man's defense. Not one. Not even Mama Combs. Should that be discouraging for one, Mr. Sean Puff Daddy Combs?
I mean, the way I see it is, I really don't think people want to get involved. And I will go ahead and tell you guys this. I will admit this. When the allegations first came out, when the issues with Cassie, one of my friends sent me a message, and I told him this, I got Steve from Memphis. I said, Steve, am I the only one who has never heard any of these allegations against him? Obviously I am. I didn't know any of this kind of stuff, these shenanigans or what have you, were going on with Diddy. I didn't know this is what he was doing. I really didn't. So, I guess shame on me. But I mean, it's like, if it's your friend, first of all, you stop your friend if you know they're doing something that's wrong. But then again,
great point.
What type of friends are those? Are those the hanger-ons? Are those the ones that really need the money? But Diddy's circle ain't broke.
Right.
So if these are his friends that were around when all of this stuff was happening, why didn't nobody say, come here, let me holler at you, bro? This ain't it. But that makes you think, did these people, these friends that were with him, were they benefiting from some of these things as well? Were they
Right.
enjoying some of these things that were going on?
Right. It's I like to go back to the word you used, is sad. It is a sad situation because of the nature of the allegations. These are like serious allegations. You have a daughter. I have a sister. I got a 10-year-old nephew. If an adult were to cause him irreparable harm, I'd be like Suge Knight doing a podcast from jail. We all know this. Like I would be Suge Knight 2.0. So I don't want to make light of it, but considering the fact that this is a sports show, I do kind of want to bridge the two, because the thing that I asked you as I rock my Biggie shirt today, because who knows, I might not be able to wear it too much longer. My question, Tasha, is
Wait a
how
minute,
long?
let me stop you right there.
Go ahead.
Before I lose this train of thought, because I thought about this as I was in my car and a song came on and it was Diddy and R. Kelly. Why is it that people are saying don't listen to Diddy, don't listen to R. Kelly, but every time the King of Pop come on, we still listening to Michael? We still.
Tasha? Now, ladies and gentlemen, she just gave me goosebumps because she had no clue I was about to ask her this. For one, that was my exact note. My next thing that I was going to ask was, can we still listen to bad boy artists in today's realm? Because that's a lot of tentacles.
That's a thick catalog.
That's a thick catalog. And
people still out here listening to Jerry Lee Lewis, and he married his damn cousin.
What?
Yeah. Do your research, people.
No. Wow. Okay, you just dropped a gem on me. I didn't know that.
Great balls of fire. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That is crazy. Now, to your point, I listened to basically just the old hip hop and R&B station here in Dallas, 94.5. And there is no R. Kelly played at any point in time. There's always Michael Jackson songs playing. And he's been kind of the Teflon Don, kind of like Diddy. He's been the Teflon Don. But here's my point. Why is it that the same rules don't apply in sports as it applies in music? Because I can start rattling off names: Kobe Bryant, Ray Lewis. Where's the suit, Ray?
I'm going to stop you with Kobe, because I think I don't know if I was having a conversation with you or with my nephew here. It wasn't until Kobe lost his life that people started coming out of the woodworks talking about Kobe was their friend, how much they love Kobe Bryant. Kobe didn't like none of y'all.
Right.
So that's why I don't think it really, Kobe's fans supported him. Kobe's fans didn't care. But when you have all these players just coming out of woodworks talking about things that y'all did with Kobe, Kobe didn't fool with really anybody.
Right.
So
except for Vanessa and them kids. Right.
So I think that's why Kobe still has the support. And we didn't really shun, but you did have some people when he won his Oscar for that animated feature, people were boycotting and saying that he should not, be eligible to win that Oscar because of the allegations. Just like the Grammys named that award after Dr. Dre, and they were saying,
right. And we know his history with women.
Right.
Yeah.
How does he get this award after he punched Dee Barnes in the face and knocked her down some steps? And then it goes to Chris Brown. Everybody wants to forgive.
Oh, I forgot about him.
They want to forgive, the late great Kobe Bryant. They want to overlook some of these people. But then you got Chris Brown out here who is being vilified in these streets when he was 17 years old and did something, which again, but let me say this before anybody jump in these comments and say anything.
Jump in there and say something.
I'm not condoning violence against women, against anybody, unless they run up and get done up on me and mine. But that's neither here nor there. What Chris Brown did, I really believe, was a reactionary thing, not necessarily, I am an abusive person. I'm just gonna put that out. This is what I think. I don't know what the police report. This is my thing. You cannot pick and choose who you say, we're not gonna deal with them. We're gonna cancel this person and still deal with other people. That's the issue I have.
Okay, good morning, AP Coulter, Stephanie Coulter, and Uncle Langston. What's up? And Denise, I just put it up there. She said, and Paul who? Just as an aside, she said Diddy did it. We were talking about artists, and she said, and Paul. I'm thinking, is it Chris Paul? Is it which Paul?
Chris Paul was just hitting people in the nuts. He wasn't really.
He was a nard knocker.
He was in college and high school. So.
Right now, Okay, I get what you're saying. Morning, Melanie. Morning, Shamika. Y'all are just in time for this conversation because we're talking about the difference between how athletes are viewed versus how music celebrities are viewed when it comes to scandal. Because I'm thinking I gotta rock this Biggie shirt for the last time because he ain't gonna be on the radio no more, and that would be devastating. You think about the Faith Evans, the 112s. I don't think they were involved in sex trafficking. Hell, he kept them all broke. He kept them all on the string. So, like, how did they? He said they treat Chris Brown like OJ.
Yes.
What's up, Jarrell Glenn? That is true. Um, Paul Gasol, gotcha. Spelling all wrong. Okay, I got you, Paul Gasol. Yeah, he
Oh, he
did
was
fool
saying Paul is
with
his
Paul
friend.
Gasol.
Paul
Yeah.
Gasol. Okay. It's
Hey,
his
I
only
did
friend.
read that he's getting a little too close to Vanessa now, but we don't do that kind of show. But what I was saying, like to your point about Ray Lewis, those allegations were serious. Those two boys are dead. This man got network jobs after that. He won Defensive Player of the Year. He won a Super Bowl. He was on the cover of everything. This man. Now, Stephanie said, "Can't nobody make me hate Chris Brown." That's how athletes do. We didn't care. We don't. Those people in Baltimore don't give a damn about what happened in that alley in Atlanta in January 2000, where
I
those
was
two guys lost their life. Right, and she says, period. So the Chris Brown fan club is in the building. But in music, like I could wear a Ray Lewis jersey and nobody yells murderer at me, But I'll be damned if I go to a work function and turn on some R. Kelly. Like you're
right.
gonna
They're
get
gonna
looked
get
at like you're a pedo.
right.
It's just weird to me that that's how it works. On a scale of 1 to 10, your confidence level that Diddy will join R. Kelly on the ban list. Let's give it a date by Juneteenth. You think he'll get pulled from Spotify and all those things?
Because again, with R. Kelly, it was proof, man.
But how many of us that are 40 and over watched that tape back in that fateful summer at the bootleg place and continue to support this man?
That's what I'm saying. We've always known that R. Kelly was a love, but he had us stepping in the name of love. He had us trapped in the closet. He was up there messing around with several of Mr. Big's women.
Right.
We
Mr. Big didn't catch no break with a friend like him.
Right. And again, I can honestly say I still listen to R. Kelly. I Believe I Could Fly on the other day. That was my little brother's favorite song when he was little because it was in the Space Jam movie with Michael Jordan. And if anybody knows my little brother, he loves Michael Jordan. So he used to direct the choir and fly, fly, fly. He used to do that. That was his favorite song. And
that was a song that does not deserve to be canceled.
Right. I mean, so are you not going to listen to Al B with Celine Dion, the song he sang with Celine Dion?
That I'll Be Your Angel is Tomlin. Yeah.
Right. And then when my nephew, my oldest nephew died, he had a blood clot. He died. And the song With You, I Wish I Could. I wish. Now that song, that my brother had that on rotation because he missed his son. And this was after all of this happened. Like, the fact that people, like I said, are picking and choosing who they want to cancel, I'm still going to listen to R. Kelly. I don't care. Because, again, I have a different opinion of what happened. I'm not going to get into it because people are going to start saying I'm victim shaming. But y'all know I don't give a damn what nobody say about me.
Hey, this is the extra point. Put the kids in the playroom right now for the next 5 or 6 minutes. Because
not victim blaming, not victim shaming. Those parents hold a little bit of their responsibility as well. Sasha will be 29 years old this year. I'd be damned if she gets a record contract and she says, I'm going in the studio, I'm going to be off the first damn thing on this island to sit in that studio with her at 29.
I got you on that. And add 10 years to that, and I'll do the same for my sister because that's how real it is. We got some interesting posts I want to get to. Shamika says, the thing is that social media has pushed the needle and people think that their opinions are fact. Are we catching strays? Because we sure say a lot of things that as fact that are our opinions. Like, pow. Like, we're guilty of that. And she said nothing could be further from the truth. I do agree. I think in our realm is talking sports. Our belief is our truth because we believe in our team. So my team is better than your team is a little more lighthearted than this person should be vilified. This person should go to jail. This person should do this. Stephanie chimes in. She says the music industry gets destroyed. Athletes get swept under the rug. Both industries are just different types of mob with different protection. Yes. Music doesn't protect their artists like the NFL. This is a bar. This goes right back to what I was just.
I wish I had. Let me get my highlighter out. Wait,
Woo! I need to retweet this player.
This last one, music does not protect their artists, like, because you know why, Steph? Because these music people can find another. If you are a star in the NFL, NBA, and Major League Baseball, it's hard to replace.
Right. I can find a rapper on any corner of any inner city in America. And you can't find another LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, or Ray Lewis in that. Now, he says, hit that run again. Now, this is where my problem comes in. Like, TP 2000 might be a top 5 R&B album. The Blue album with Half on the Baby and all of that, those were timeless. I can't listen to those anymore, and you damn well not listen to it in public. It's crazy. Now, Denise says, it ain't nothing but that Gen X. They want everything and everyone crucified. That is true.
No, y'all Gen Zers, because we're actually Gen X, right?
Gen X, then the millennials, then Gen Z. That is correct. They do want everyone crucified, and you know, the game always goes to the young. They kind of set what trends are in play. So I agree with that. Go ahead, Tasha.
But I think, like, I don't necessarily think it's the youth. Like I said, it's the generation right after us, because people are our age. Like I said, Paul, we're 50. Like, we're not really caught up into a lot of that. We're just gonna be like, because like, I don't know if you guys have seen that Freaknik documentary.
I haven't yet, but that's on the docket.
I lived Freaknik. I was there. That kind of stuff, we just let that go. Stuff like that didn't bother us. It's the generation after us. Right.
I totally agree. Now, Gen Z catching strays, they probably still sleep. They don't get up before 12 o'clock. So they're catching strays. But I mean, I think it's a good conversation to have, because it's true. Steve McNair could have robbed a bank without a mask on. And I'm like, y'all better not bench him Sunday. We trying to win the division.
That part.
And we know that y'all have seen him drinking and driving throughout the city of Nashville. There was one time, and you know, I hate to peel back the curtain this far, but I worked at National Tire and Battery during the time when he was at his height, and he would routinely come in to get tires with beer cans all in the back seat. We just loved it because it was Steve McNair. We didn't care. Like, he finna mow me over at the red light, but damn it, he threw 3 touchdowns against Oak.
We loved it.
We did. We was like, oh, he drank Michelob Ultra. But let R. Kelly come in there and we're going to throw hands, you know, because of the public pressure, I guess, that was brought on by the Gen Z generation. Now, I think you're a millennial, Steph.
No, Steph is 30.
I think, don't generations go every 10 years? We have a band director checking in. Shouts out to Joe Shelton. Music industry is identical to the pharmaceutical industry. It's more profitable to treat the disease than to woo. Now, y'all are spitting some bars this morning. Yeah. Hey, pass the collection plate. This brother is preaching. Right. Let's just pacify it and not cure it. Like Chris Rock said about 20 years ago, and it still holds true. The money is in the comeback, is in the re-up. It's like the drug game. Why would we cure cancer when we can have you go through radiation and all this medicine? Y'all got the answers. You know what I'm saying? All the people dying of AIDS and Magic Johnson gaining weight every 3 months.
Magic Johnson out here, every bit of 230, between 230 and 260.
Ain't lost no pound. How you got AIDS and ain't lost no weight? Like, how you get fat with AIDS? I digress.
He ain't got the AIDS.
He had the AIDS. Man is 320 pounds now with the AIDS. I'm just saying. Like,
this may be the last show, y'all.
Right. We might be on our like Mike is somewhere shaking his head, like, see, I'm glad I wasn't on there today. Like, they tripping. He got fluffy stuff. He looked like a can of biscuits around the neck and torso area, but that's okay. That's okay. Wow, man, y'all, look, it's almost hard to get out of this because y'all are bringing so much good content to the table. Shouts out to the Goon Squad. Y'all are in rare form this morning. I love it. So Tasha, you never really answered the question. I'm trying to nail you down to a question, and if you're in the comments, please feel free to chime in. Will R. Kelly's music be pulled? Will we have to Step in the Name of Love streamable on Juneteenth? Not Puff Daddy stuff.
I said I said we'll still be playing his music because the evidence
publicly
in R. Kelly was so overwhelming.
Yeah.
Because it was visible. The feds just went into Diddy's. We ain't seen nothing that they pulled out but a messy house. If I think, again, I'm gonna listen. I don't care what y'all gonna do. I can't
give up my Notorious Big collection. I just can't. I just listened to Hypnotize yesterday.
So unless they come out with some real hardcore evidence and some proof, we gonna be playing all that bad boy. All that bad boy.
If you're waiting for Puff Daddy to splat on the ground, don't hold your breath. This man has a history of being the Teflon Don and not being able to be nailed to no wall. He's the only surviving member of the East Coast West Coast beef. Suge Knight gone to jail for life. Pac, Biggie dead. G-Dep dead. Black Rob dead. All these people, all of this calamity around him.
Snoop still hanging.
Oh, and Snoop Dogg. Now, Master P had a lot to do with that.
No love for Death Row.
And Snoop Dogg, you ain't got no pointing that bat at us. Why you trying to hit me with the bat? What is going on? Yeah, Diddy's down there at Top Golf. I say it won't be. So Stephanie says no, it won't be pulled. Okay, CNN Music Edition. I see Mike, are you, where you come from? Good morning, Michigan. Mike, take that. See, Mike, you're gonna have to roll it back because we're actually correlating this to sports. And why is it that music artists get canceled when they get into trouble, but athletes can chop somebody's head off and literally go on Twitter from a golf cart and have millions of followers? OJ, go look up OJ on Twitter and see how many followers he has. Like this man had been canceled.
Why is he still talking? Killer, why is you still talking?
Like Steve Harvey said, they found your Heisman in the bushes. Like you talking about insurmountable evidence. Like, damn, and you still around here giving your op-eds about the Buffalo Bills? Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Like
ain't nobody ask you, bro.
You a whole murderer. You know you a serial killer. That was more than one. FYM, as the kids say, you a murderer. Like what's going on? She says, Mike, going back to that grand piano on the lake. That's where he is. He's on that lake now. Langston's about to get serious. On a serious note, Kelly does not play in my house. If Diddy allegations are true, I will continue to not listen to his music. And that is very, very, very fair. He has daughters as well of the age range where this is serious. And again, this is a very serious conversation, but I just wanted to ask, why do you all think the athletes get a pass? And we saw it with our own team on a much lesser scale. Michigan, Mike, close your ears. Where Harbaugh kept getting in trouble, but we wanted him to get an extension. All we cared about was that damn natty. We didn't care if the school's gonna be on probation.
Now, because you couldn't say nothing about Harbaugh when we was rolling, but now,
I had my sleeves rolled up, ready to fight. I know Mike did too. Tasha was like, "No, just beat Bama." Right. Okay. Now that everybody's wide awake, onto some football. Tasha, I want to put a nice little bow on a 3-part series that we've been doing on the Pittsburgh Steelers, because Mike Tomlin came out and basically made his first public comments since acquiring both Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. And he basically agreed with you again. You have been all over this Pittsburgh story. He said in his press conference that Russell Wilson, as you said last week, is QB1 and is basically his job to lose, that he's not adverse to competition, but in his mind, he would like to see Russell start out and we bring Fields along slowly. Exactly what you and Mike said last week. But I got a question for you, and it's time for us to have a hard conversation about Coach Keep a Job, and it's about his job. The last few years, you said a week ago that the Pittsburgh Steelers haven't won a playoff game in 6 years. Now, we all know that Mike Tomlin says the standard is the standard, and the Pittsburgh Steelers, with 4 other teams, are only judged by championships. You got Pittsburgh, New England, Green Bay, Dallas, and San Francisco. You're not judged by division titles. You're judged by championships because of your history and your pedigree. If Mike Tomlin doesn't win a playoff game with arguably the deepest quarterback room in the NFL, should he be on the hot seat now?
Mike Tomlin been on the hot seat.
You think so?
I think so. Because you think him not having a losing record has always come down to the last game of the season. The last 1 or 2 games of the season.
Right, correct.
Let's start there. As much as y'all know, I love you. Ain't gonna say nothing bad about no Mike Tomlin to me. As much as I love Mike Tomlin, he needs to be grateful that he is employed by that. I'm not gonna say organization, by that family,
Right?
Because they are true to. They've only had what, 4 coaches?
Right. And think about how long the Steelers were around
in their existence.
Right.
But he's going to have to piss and get off the pot. You got the quarterbacks you want. You traded Johnson. You're going to get something for that. You got your wide receiver 1. You got a QB 1 and 1.5.
Right.
The steel curtain is being developed. We need Minka to stay healthy. We need TJ Watt. Porter has Joey Porter Jr. has a year under his belt. All those other, you got Hightower, you got Hayward, you got all of that coming back. It's no reason why they should not win a playoff game or 2. Now, we do know that division is stacked. I'm not sold on Cincinnati because they lost a lot of pieces. I think Cincinnati is going to finish at the bottom. But you got 2 other teams in that division that's going to make it hard for the Steelers, period.
Right. And to your point about the winning on the last week, we've seen other teams in the AFC get better quickly. Tennessee has made a lot of moves. Houston is on the rise. The Colts get back their quarterback in Anthony Richardson, so they should be much better. And they almost made the playoffs last year. So you can't keep playing around with that 6-7 seed, almost like you're the play-in team in the NFL every year.
Right.
Because you're supposed to be judged by Super Bowls, championships. You tell me, Tasha, yes or no? Can Kyle Shanahan go 6 years from this day without winning a playoff game in San Fran?
Oh, no.
You know good and damn well Mike McCarthy can't make 6 years without winning a playoff game.
They're going to get him up out the paint.
Right. Bill Belichick got fired. Now, Melanie Taylor says, I think Mike needs to go ahead and lower his blood pressure by joining as a commentator. Sit back and chill. Now, his wordplay is immaculate.
That it is. So, that, like when I just read that, I don't necessarily think it gets to him when it comes to pressure because he is brother number 1. He gonna say what he need to say. He don't bite
Newport News.
When they ask him questions or something he don't like, what does he do? Next question, or he will walk out.
Yeah, he is a master orator when it comes to that microphone. And yes, I think that he has a bona fide job in commentary once he's decided.
Oh yeah, most definitely because he has charisma.
Yes, and Stephanie says the smoothest coach ever. Steph had a cup of Joe this morning. She is on point. But Melanie, if he don't get it done this year, if he don't win a playoff game this year, I'll take his ass to CBS. Like, Don't let them fire you like they did Juwan Howard. Like, leave when the getting is good.
Juwan Howard.
Right, I'm just saying, like, he should have took the time medical leave this year. But yet he tried to juggle 10 hats, and the team went backwards. They had to get rid of him, which I'm on board with. Right. You can't finish in last place at the University of Michigan.
Blow the dust off of Coach Fisher. Is he still in San Diego?
Right. Yes, Kenny, man. Yeah. And shouts out to the Titans, to Kenny's point, that have been making moves. So if there's no playoffs, no fired, right? You don't envision a scenario where he loses his job.
I mean, I think it will be we're going to step down a la Bill Belichick type deal because they're going to give him that respect.
A mutual parting of the ways.
Yes, a mutual parting of the ways. Because basically they're saying you have everything.
You do.
You can't say, oh, I got a coach. Russell has been in the league. Russell knows how to play. Russell can adapt. Russell gonna get in that playbook. Russell is smart. He's a cerebral quarterback. Russell can get in that playbook. He can run any offense. They got y'all got rid of Matt Canada, so y'all got to do offensive coordinator. You can't keep blaming Matt Canada.
And Arthur Smith did have the number 5 offense when he was with the Titans. He was a great offensive coordinator with Ryan Tannehill. You got an upgrade in Pittsburgh. Yeah,
right. So you go from if you made Ryan Tannehill look some count. You definitely can make Russell Wilson and or a Justin Fields who are better quarterbacks than Ryan Tannehill.
I agree. And Langston, I disagree with you, Unc. Arthur Smith will be the reason that Tomlin will be fired. I think that we need to take off the head coach hat from him because everybody's not meant to be the CEO. Maybe you need to be the manager. And I think as the offensive coordinator, he really maximized that Titans team that was built kind of in the image of what Pittsburgh has now.
Mhm.
You have at that time, a good offensive line, a good run game, a sound defense, and a wide receiver one. That's how they kind of got that done during Arthur Smith's tenure there. Yes, they did. Smith did suck in Atlanta. He did. He said, how do y'all about the no hip drop tackle? How do y'all feel about the new kickoff? All right, Kenny, we will digress for a second on that. We were going to wait till Mike comes back to talk about the rules. But real quick, you saw where they're banning the hip drop tackle, and people are up in arms saying that it's basically flag football now. Is the NFL now the NBA?
I said this is now becoming aggressive flag football.
But that hip drop tackle is pretty serious, though, huh?
I mean, it's not like it's the horse collar. How? And this is what I told this friend of mine. You got the king.
Yes.
You got a healthy Nick Chubb. These backs ain't little backs no more. How do you tackle them?
Especially from behind.
How do you tackle them? Like we saw that. Well, I mean, I know I did that gruesome injury from Nick Chubb that, everybody want to get mad at Minka for it. Minka balled up his body and to knock him down. He didn't know Nick Chubb's foot was planted when he got ready to roll. Right. How do you tackle them? You cannot tackle King Henry. You can't get on his back. Y'all saw what he did to Josh. No, you can't.
He threw him out the club.
And so you just want them to. I mean, you literally gonna have to go to the bread basket on them. But who's gonna go to the bread basket on King Henry coming through there like a freight train?
Right.
And then some of these new bigger wide receivers that are out there. How do you tackle them? How are you supposed to tackle them?
AJ Brown is built like a wrestler. Like he's not the one to be trifled with if he's doing a slant and you can't hip drop him, because once he kicks out of that arm tackle, he's to the house. He's gonna hit his head on the goalpost. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I get it. Injuries were up last year, and there's always an overcorrection. So we'll see how long.
But Paul, it is a violent sport. You know this. Like we saw Jack Tatum knock off Derek Stingley Jr.'s grandfather's head and paralyze that man for life.
Right. And look at DeMar Hamlin. He didn't even have a violent hit, and he dropped dead on the field, like literally before he was revived. And I say that with all seriousness and respect. Jarrell says if the Steelers run the ball well with that defense, they can do something this year. I think so as well.
Especially now that you can't hip tackle Najee Harris.
Right. That's another big back that's powerful. Those Bama backs are just built different. Let's just put that out there.
Built like houses, baby.
But keep your eyes on Pittsburgh. And I think that's what raises the bar for Mike Tomlin to be on the hot seat, because they have the same formula that Russell Wilson was able to win a Super Bowl with. A good defense, good run game, solid wide receiver play, and smart coaching is how he won the Super Bowl and almost won 2 in a row. Every time they make rule changes, it never benefits the defense. Yeah, it's turning into the NBA.
Somebody said, oh, well, when the score is 13-7, you complain. But when it's then and when it's 56 to 30, you're happy. I don't want to see any NFL game where it's 42-13.
Right.
I don't want to see that.
There's not enough of those games to waste them. Like we only get 17 of them. Let's. I hope they can find a happy medium to where it's not those 10-12 games and it's not 50-49, that we kind of find somewhere in the middle, because you don't want those games running 4 hours either. People got stuff to do. Now here comes the stray for the Titans. Titans fans love mediocrity. Steelers fans have won chips. Now, Tasha,
one for the thumb. That's what they said.
A Cowboys fan just called Titans fans lovers of mediocrity. I'm gonna just let that sit in y'all's spirit.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? As a matter of fact, let's transition to that, because your boy Jerry made news this week as well. Now, Tasha, all of a sudden, he's doing an about face. He's gone from we're all in 2024 to, hey, we're going to have to win with less. He basically told the Cowboys, we got McDonald's at home. Y'all, we got McDonald's at home. We ain't stopping to get no McDonald's. They've made no moves in the offseason. They have no cap space because of the $59 million hit. Well, $55 million.
Yeah, they got $4 million left. We
got $4 million left with about 1,000 holes to plug. But he said, and I thought this was interesting. I wanted to get your thoughts on, Tasha. He said that more talent would not have beaten Green Bay. And I get what he's saying because the Cowboys had more talent than the Green Bay Packers. They had 9 Pro Bowlers last year. Mm-hmm. So if talent is not the issue, Tasha, what is in Dallas?
Execution and being all in and wanting to play. It's almost like the defense gave up.
Right. Oh, they did. And many of them said that they were tired. They had tired legs. That's what Michael Parsons was going off about with that.
You know, because, again, when you have – I mean, they had what's the other wide receiver? Not CD. Cooks, Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, Brandon Cooks.
You got Brandon Cooks. You got CD. You got Dak. You had Pollard who, you know, like I said, not that I wanted Zeke to be gone. I just thought Pollard should have been the starter. You didn't really have – Pollard is not an every down strong back that's going to really bust up through a hole, but your offense is still viable because, you know, we sit up as much as people talk about Dak and say this and that about Dak. Dak was an MVP candidate throughout the entire season. And
the Cowboys led the league in scoring.
Exactly. So it's execution. And like I say, y'all want to keep playing this merry-go-round, this musical chairs with these coaches. A lot of times it's your players, man. Your players got to step up because the coach can only write up the schemes, the plays, but you still have to go out there and execute it.
Tasha, I am so glad you said that because that's what I was saying about the University of Michigan men's basketball team all season. But the coach don't forget how to coach. When you have better players, you get better results. And just by a myriad of issues, they had a devoid of talent this year, and that's why you saw the season play out like it is. A lot of coaches have gone to the Hall of Fame on the backs of Hall of Fame players, Phil Jackson. If you were the coach of the Washington Wizards your whole career, do you have 6 championships? I think not.
And speaking of that, Ned, I know we jumping the gun on this, but that kind of brings me up to the J.J. McCarthy thing. How all of a sudden now people are saying he's going to go higher than expected. If it wasn't for Blake Corum, because you wasn't throwing,
J.J. McCarthy, and Mike is going to kill me when he sees me for saying this, but follow me here. J.J. McCarthy is benefiting just like Ryan Tannehill did in 2020 when King Henry ran for 2,000 yards, and he got a blockbuster deal out of that because the Titans were so good. You know, you look at the end result, you look at the 15-0, you look at moments. Now, he did have moments. He did lead that game-time drive at the end of the Rose Bowl, but that was Blake that sealed the deal in overtime.
But again, if they're not calling passing plays, he's got to do what he has to do, which is hand the ball off to Blake Corum. But why didn't they draw up more passing plays?
Now, this was a good right. I agree. Now, this was a good clapback, Langston. I'm gonna give you props. The Goon Squad is in full effect today. Y'all are bringing it.
Glad you back, baby. We missed you.
We missed you, Langston, because that shut me up. He was, and we ain't heard a peep out of him since.
Even look at the year that Carson Wentz had when he was an MVP candidate. Had he not gotten hurt?
Yeah. Now, to Dak's point, he did at least bounce back to MVP form after his gruesome injury. Carson Wentz, not so much. He said a 49 fan trying to make us keep Dak. Oh, you're playing chess, not checkers, huh, Tasha?
Because now, you know, they're saying the biggest threat in the NFC may not even to the 49ers may not even be the Cow bitches anymore. It may be Green Bay.
I'm not putting $1 on no daggone Cowboys to do nothing in January. Nothing. I'm not even wishing them a happy new year. Like January, and I agree. And don't forget about those pesky lines up there in the Motor City.
They have already passed. If Philadelphia done re-upped, NFC
Dallas, y'all need y'all asses whooped. Because think about this. Green Bay went through a reset at quarterback. They're back in the playoffs and advanced past Dallas. San Francisco has had 37 quarterbacks since 2000, and they still make Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't just keep using the quarterback as the excuse. But people overcome. Houston, they went from Deshaun Watson, hit a little brief down spell. Now they right back with Justin Fields. So Dallas, in this whole 30 years, you had vagabond franchises pass you up. What do you have to say for yourself?
Not vagabond.
What do you have to say for yourself? He says, when Jerry holds up to the room, you know what? No. We ain't putting that on Jerry. Not on Resurrection Saturday. Not on Resurrection Saturday, because when they roll that tomb away.
When they rolled away that stone.
Why are you looking for him? He is not
He is
here.
not
He says
here.
Dak will be a saint after
Mary,
this
why
season.
you weep? Martha, why you moan?
Many infallible truths after he once again walked the earth. Don't get us started on that word. We'll throw some word in there too. He says Dak will be a saint this offseason. Get the hell out of Dallas because they don't appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They said if they don't appreciate what you bring to the table, have them eat at another restaurant, Dak. So get your $59 million, play out this season, and then walk as a free agent and go start anew. Now, speaking of quarterbacks, as we transition through, our boy, our favorite uncle, our favorite coach Prime, was back in the news because of something that came out of his mouth. Coach Prime, Tasha, he said he feels the anointing. That's right. We're gonna give him praise on this Easter Saturday. That's what we're gonna do. Right. Oh, hey. Let me digress. All right. Coach Prime, he made waves this week. He was on the Barstool podcast, and he said that there's already teams that he knows that Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter, two arguably top 5 picks in the draft coming up, he already knows where he don't want them to play. So with him pulling an Eli, do you think he'll be able to pull that off, Tasha T. Sizzle, as you hold 3 conversations at once?
This is my thing. You have to look at the talent. And this is what everyone has been saying. Will Shedeur and Travis even be in the top echelon of what's going on? That's where I'm going with this, Langston. That is exactly where I'm going.
Langston is in his bag this morning.
Are they even going to be there? Now, Deion has every right, every reason. Because if it was me and I had Deion's catalog, I'm going to do the same thing for mine. He has every right and every reason because Archie, as much as we love Archie, the old Shucks family, Archie was nowhere near accomplished as Deion was. But he basically told us, San Diego, if you draft my boy, we ain't coming, so don't even waste your pick. Okay? Right. But now this is what I did. Because, you always say, I don't have to do no homework. Paul, you be proud of me. I actually did a little homework.
Oh, let me take a drink to this.
I mean, it's not deep, y'all. It's not deep. I did a little Cliff Notes version. I'm gonna give y'all a little Cliff Notes version of this. He's out here saying, I'm gonna decide where they go. Deion, people have to want them. First of all, while Travis Hunter is dynamic, you got him playing 2 ways. He's dynamic. Travis Hunter, now they got him listed at like 6'1", 180. Okay.
Yeah, he's thinly framed, yes.
But on television, he looks smaller than that. Now, this is what I pulled up when I said I did my homework. Hold on, y'all. Look at your girl, got some notes.
Loving it.
This is from NFL.com. It says the average NFL cornerback stands 5'11" and weighs 193. But the undersized corner is finding it increasingly difficult to compete because you have, I'm not, okay, you say they're coming in next year. You're going to have a cadre of wide receivers. I had to write this down. You got Rome Odunze. He's 6'3", 215. Malik Neighbors, 6 feet, 200. And you know my boy Keon weighed in at the combine, 6'3", 217.
Yeah, okay. Keon drinks his milk, yeah.
Travis Hunter, they got him listed. This is unofficial because y'all know they inflate the heights. They got him listed at 6'1", 185. Now, let's go back. I did a little more research.
Come on with it.
When Deion played, his playing height and weight was 6'1", 195.
Prototypical.
So he's going up against Jerry Rice, who was what? 6'2", 200. Y'all know when you look at Jerry Rice, it's like he had strings hanging out of his damn jersey. These wide receivers are huge. And then you look at somebody like a DK Metcalf and what's his name in Mike Evans. Them boys
Keenan Allen. Right.
Mike Evans. DK Metcalf looked like a defensive end out there.
Right.
So you got these undersized cornerbacks trying to come into this league. So who's even going to say that Travis Hunter is going to be up here? And it also depends on what the quarterbacks coming out next year look like. Shador was like number 7 in his conference. So how are you going to have a number 7 rated quarterback? Now, I mean, a lot of those quarterbacks have gone. You know, they're going into the draft.
And the Pac-12 was really strong at the quarterback.
Right. You got Michael Penix is gone. You got Bo Nix is gone. You got Caleb Williams is gone. How do you even know Shador is going to be up there in that top echelon for you to be deciding where someone goes? Now, I mean, like I said, I'm all for Deion doing what he needs to do for his family, and I'm not knocking that.
He's asking, okay, y'all, you go ahead, finish that thought, Tasha.
But you know, I'm not knocking him because Deion, that's what you need to do. You tell people, hey, this is what I want for my children. I want my sons to do this. I want my sons to do that. I'm going to always support somebody who wants the best for their children. But Deion, also, if this is what you're wanting, you want to make those decisions. You want to be like George Bush. I'm the decider. You want to do that. You're going to have to coach them boys up. They're going to have to get their weight up.
Right. And if anybody should be able to do it, it should be Deion Sanders. Now, he's asking, why did I eat crayons, y'all? Because I got super glue stuck in my eyebrow earlier this week. If you zoom in closely.
We're going to get to that later on because Tiffany ate you up in our personal text message last night.
You tell Tiffany no, don't tell Tiffany that because she'll clap back. All right. No, I we'll get to that. Now, my follow-up question to you on that, Tasha. And speaking of what you said about his lack of size, we just intimated that you can't drop tackle no more. How you gonna get these big boys on the ground?
How you gonna get these big wide receivers down?
Yeah, how you gonna get them on the ground if you haven't got your weight up in that weight room? Now, if you have the top pick in the draft or you're a top 5 pick and Shador's hovering around there, if Deion comes out and publicly says, which he would do, that my son will not play for you, would you still draft him if you think that's your guy or he gives you the best chance to win?
I mean, I wouldn't, because why would you waste that draft pick and he's not going to even be there? Shador is making $6 million and he comes from wealth.
Right.
So he
came out the womb wealthy.
Right. He can easily sit out. These college players, they coming out now at 24, 25. I mean, you don't go back to college to risk an injury by any means, but he has the ability
he could work out with a personal trainer for a whole year and re-enter the next year.
That workout speed and that on-field speed is 2 different damn things.
It is. But I'm saying from a quarterback position, as long as he's not injured going into the draft, if he decides to sit out and call a bluff, it's not going to cost him financially. It's not going to ruin his career. Quarterbacks can play longer in their careers now because of the rule changes. Mm-hmm. So he is in a position of power. Now, some of you helicopter mom and pops out there, don't try this. This is a Deion move.
Right.
Get your kid drafted wherever and make it work. You know what I'm saying? Because
I mean, if you even go back to Elway, but Elway's father wasn't the one saying don't do it. John Elway was like, I ain't doing it. If the Colts, Indianapolis,
he said I'll go play baseball.
If y'all draft me, it's gonna be the marching band on the field with the man hitting the trombone player on the field. Because I'm not going to the Colts. That's what he said, and he didn't do it. And they didn't draft.
And notice this, Tasha, the two the most recent examples, John Elway and Eli Manning, both won 2 Super Bowls with the team that they got forced their way to. So, could the third time be a charm for the Sanders family? Now, Langston says no because he'll be out of the league in 3 to 5 years. I don't say that. We need the Sanders lineage and legacy in the NFL. It's only right. Don't do that. Okay, with the prime with it. Okay, all right. Now, as y'all see me rocking our Biggie duets T-shirt, and as we've kind of talked about Puff Daddy in the music industry, I want to talk about another rap mogul real quick because he made news in the realm of sports as well. That was one Ice Cube. Comes to find out that he has publicly offered Caitlin Clark, the most recognizable face in all of college basketball, and an offer to play with the Big Three for $5 million. Now, before y'all laugh and say, oh, what the hell is Ice Cube doing? I did a little research as well. I embraced my inner T-Sizzle. Do you all know that? Let me go back. The highest paid WNBA player in 2023, her name was Erica Wheeler. She played for the Indiana Fever. She plays for the Indiana Fever. The highest paid salary was $242,000. And most of y'all watching, most of us in this ethos make more than the league minimum, which is $64,000. Most of y'all make more than that at your 9 to 5. So when you offer somebody $5 million, that is heavy for women's basketball. Should Caitlin Clark entertain this thought?
I mean, I would entertain, but her being her, she is playing for the love of the game. It's not for the love of money. But then also, I don't want to hear her complain. I'm not getting paid enough. I'm in a WNBA when you had a lucrative offer with the
Right.
big three, and the big three is not going belly up. I mean, it's a viable league. They have games on CBS, and people are watching the big three. They're
They
watching the
are
big
drawing
three.
bigger crowds.
Yeah, they're drawing bigger crowds in the G League.
Yes, and the WNBA. Have you seen a WNBA game?
With old players with ice packs taped to their knees, looking like Patrick Ewing.
Shouts out to the knee pads. Lumbering up the court, trying to chase down Pippen and Jordan to no avail. D, I know that was a tough decade for your Knicks. So close. I think it would be a beautiful marriage for both. I think it will work out for both if she decides to do it. The only problem is the WNBA season and the Big Three season collide. They're both in the summertime, so she would have to choose one over the other.
If you said the minimum or the average was 240 something,
no,
right?
that was the highest paid player in 2023.
Okay, so the highest paid, he's offering $5 million. If that's a year, I'm just gonna round it up and just say 200,000, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. To even get to $1 million, that's 5 seasons.
Yes, to get to 1 million, even
it's
with
5
your deal,
seasons. It's 5 seasons. So somebody's offering you $5 million for a season, or your contract.
And as an aside, right? I just wanted to give Kenny his props because I always love to see his pictures, and that you got to be a Orleans Titans fan to know that Earl Campbell was the prototype. But yeah, back to Clark. You did the math. 5 years, $1 million, or I can get $5 million to play for a couple of months.
And then again, I want to know how many of her endorsements will transfer when she's done with college. Like, are these only the NIL deals that are available while in college? When you leave, like, if she's still out there balling, State Farm's not going to drop her.
No.
And all these
State Farm only deals with the heavyweights.
Right. All of these other entities, they're not going to drop her if she goes out there and ball. So that could be the difference in doing that. I don't know. I think she is one that plays for the love of the game and to keep it all, pro woman. I think she would go to the WNBA.
Yeah. And it's funny because the team that has the highest player in the WNBA payroll is the Indiana Fever, and they have the number 1 pick. Everybody knows they're going to take Clark. She's from, that she's going to be the number 1 pick.
Arguably, the biggest star is Asia Wilson, and she's not even making that kind of bread.
Put it in this perspective, as Jarrell just did, for 10 games.
That's my point, Jarrell. That is my point exactly. She's gonna have to play 5 years to get $1 million. If, like I said, I'm rounding down.
Right, and while she's out there dusting fools, we're talking about. Think about some of the huge WNBA names that have come down the pike: the Lisa Leslies, the Candace Parkers, the Diana Taurasi's of the world, the multi-champion players, and the highest-paid players of $242,000. You could be a walk-on in the NFL and get that. Like, that $5 million. I would tell my daughter, look, let's do this for one summer. Let's get this bread up. Then we can go translate it to the WNBA because, like you said, CBS has a deal. They're bigger than ESPN. You don't even need cable to watch the Big Three.
All you need is some bunny ears and some foil.
That is true. What do you think she'll do, though? I don't think she'll do it because of the image of the league. It's so roughneck.
Right. I mean, I think she's going to do the WNBAs, like I said, because it's going to be. I want to promote the women's game. That's where a lot of them are going with this, to promote the women's game. So I can see her going to the WNBA.
He said, okay, shouts out to Justin checking in. Hey, thanks for Lajeria Sneed, Justin. We appreciate you. We'll see you in January. We back. Love back to you, Mr. Justin. Now, speaking of love, the greatest love of all, to quote Whitney Houston, occurred during this celebratory weekend when our boy laid down his life for our sins. Now, Easter Sunday, whether you believe, whether you do not believe, that's not the issue here, because we're going to round into T-Sizzle's top 5. And for our generation, we know that the Saturday before Easter was an unofficial shopping holiday where you go get your bows, your socks, your last-minute shoes, whatever you need for your Easter outfits and your Easter baskets. And now we're grown and we're doing the purchasing for our children and grandchildren. So we're gonna make this a PSA today for all of y'all going out after this show, or while you listen to the show in your car and you're going to shop for your little one and get them ready for Easter. T-Sizzle's gonna give you some retail therapy today with her top 5 retail outlets. Tasha, the floor is yours. Yes, Glory.
You know why this was difficult? Because children today don't wear Easter frocks like we used to.
They don't?
Sasha used to have the shawl with the socks, with the bows, with the patent leather shoes. My little brother had the classic navy blue shorts with the knee socks, with
the short suit,
with the leather bottom shoes. My little brother wore some variation of yellow and blue for at least 6 years. When he got older, he started getting suits and ties. Children don't dress like this. Now I get come as you are, but I think a lot of these people took come as you are too literally. Don't get the tie shirt combo though. You know,
right, the mannequin outfit. Keep going.
Because these people out here now today, everybody got to be designer. Everybody got to do this. Everybody got to do that. So this list was a little bit difficult for me. But if you're a Southern belle, you can always hit up the Belks. That's what the old people say. The Belks. Belks still sells a lot of that Lily Pulitzer style, like stuff like this color stuff like this. They still
looking very fashionable today, by the way.
Thank you. They still have a lot of brights, a lot of pastels, a lot of stuff like this. They still sell that. Then you can always try like a Macy's. Macy's will still get you, some decent church clothing. There's no more Sears. I don't even know what JCPenney sells. So now my last 3, you just gonna have to get it up to online shopping, dog. You got to get you something on Amazon. You're gonna have to get, as Meg Thee Stallion say, these little boutiques. You got to order you something there. And last but not least, we're not gonna ever sleep on this, and we're not gonna ever act like we don't go in there. We got to go to the Chinese store, because the Chinese store had the best socks with the lace and the ruffles on them.
The bundle said you get 3 for $5. So no love for Burt's. We got a lot of people in Nashville. Don't get that.
I don't know. Burt's is still open.
Right? Has Burt's been gentrified? Is it Bernie's now?
I mean, if you're gonna get, the thing is, it's men's wear. See, the thing is, I don't know where to get boys' clothes. My mom always got my brother's stuff out of Dillard's. He came out of Dillard's.
Oh, y'all had that credit card.
And he came
out of Dillard's card.
That's where his clothes came from. And his shoes.
Castanot's was my grandma's place to shop. May she rest in peace. She was a big Castanot's person.
Right.
Yeah.
So, again, I don't know where you shop for boys. You can't go for a little boy at the men's warehouse.
Right. Remember the flea market on 8th and Monroe?
Yes.
That was the joint.
Get them socks that hang over the shoe. That just had them ones that Jermaine Dupri had on, them Louis Vuitton socks.
Right, looking like Little Black Riding Hood with them damn shorts and them socks. Now, in the Coulter household, Easter, the Saturday before Easter was military like. Mama get you up early, get you some breakfast, and we out all day, get little pies, little knickknacks for the Easter basket. It was like a big deal. But how can you do online shopping for Easter? Aren't you supposed to walk in the shoe store with the shoes on, and they do the little thing, press your big toe on the shoe?
No, that's the way most people shop now. Again, with this new generation, they're not dressing their children. That's AKA the Chinese
wrong with you today, Langston?
AKA the Chinese store, because the Chinese store sells stuff that looks like a. They look, yeah.
Tasha, do you have ear sizzling PTSD from Easter when they put that hot comb on your head?
Man, listen. Get that grease. Press it. You gotta press it out. Press it out.
You got to press it out. You got.
Yeah, but like these children today, they don't dress like I dress Sasha, or like we were dressed. Yes, Melanie, little black. Like Melanie is one fashionista, her and her daughter. Mel always kept Morgan dressed like you were supposed to dress. When the
women are saying, yes, there's PTSD in the building.
Y'all don't understand what it's like. And then they tell you, oh, it's the grease. Because, I mean, technically it was the grease, because you're putting the heat onto the grease, and the grease is heating up and burning the shit out your scalp.
Now, this is depressing for Kenny, who's much younger than us, to say, dang, everything real is gone. If you think about it, we ain't got nothing no more. Damn, I'm old. Well, how you think we feel, bruh? We right there with you. Like, there's no more going to Burt's. You saying shop online. The stuff is coming in the box. If it don't fit, you must have quit on Sunday. What happens if the shoes don't fit? Y'all ain't going to church. You ain't missing Sunday service. You in the program. Nah, that's just.
And let's give and one person I am gonna shout out is Stiana. Stiana kept her children. I mean, her children are teenagers now. Stiana was probably one of the last people standing when it came to dressing your children appropriately. If you look at her photos, throwbacks for Easter, Lily with all that beautiful curly hair was always straight. Miss Mary put that comb on there, had that girl with them loose curls. Elijah had on real dress shoes with a tie, and most of the time he would have on a vest. Like Elijah would have on a 3-piece suit. So yeah, shout out to
fellas. Start your sons out early with the suit game. It makes all the difference in the world as an adult. A grown man must have a base colored suit, a black suit, and an off suit, like a blue or a brown. You got to have that suit game ready for any and all occasions. He said his mama took him to Harvey's. And remember Kane Sloan's? I forgot about Kane Sloan's.
Remember Harvey's used to have the talking Christmas tree at Christmas?
Right. She says, you better know it. When you know better, you do better. It was the pageantry of it all. I remember my sister and my cousin Angie used to have like matching dresses. All of us would be lined up on the sidewalk taking pictures. It was a pretty big deal. Steph says, no, I still take CP to find shoes, and it is hell. I have to go to 5 department stores to find an actual boy dress shoe. CP is in a men's 9.5.
First of all, you got a man child. CP's 7, he's 6'4", and wears size 14 shoe.
Every time I come home, he's like, I'm getting closer, Uncle P. Like, I'm like, man, he gonna be able to sneak me one day.
Carter's about 5'8" now, ain't he?
Yes. I'm maxed out. Damian maxed out at 6 foot. I maxed out at 6'2". Carter is going to exceed 6'4". Oh, take them tags off, y'all. No taking it back to the store. Let's keep these Easter outfits. CB was traditional Easter sharp every year.
He was.
What do you mean was? You mean is? She said, "Oh my God, Steph, you remember those pictures, right? Y'all used to dress alike." So, no love for Target, Tasha. You always drag me into Target.
I mean, Target does not have Eastery frocks.
Okay, I haven't bought Easter clothes in a long time. I just have a suit that I'm gonna wear tomorrow for my annual one-time appearance in an actual church.
You a CME member?
Yes, I saw what you meant by that too. Yes, no, I'm just an E member for Easter. Like, I'm an E Christian. She said, no excuses. Steph, hit them streets and get his. Hey, G-Ma done spoke. GG has put the hit out on you, Steph.
She said, go on around now and get that boy.
Oh, now, I knew Langston wasn't going to let that slide. He says, go to church. Be more than a CME. Tasha, explain that to the people in the back. What's a CME Christian?
Huh?
What's a CME Christian for the people in the back?
Christmas, Mother's Day, and Easter.
Love it. Christmas, Mother's Day, and Easter. So, COVID has turned a lot of people into bedside Baptist members of churches, and I get that. She said, CP told me he wanted to wear a full suit. I look good. That's my nephew. That's my namesake. Put that boy in a suit and send me the picture. That's going to be my new problem. Hey, look who checks in. What's up, Troy Logan, class of 93. Check in. Now, speaking of shouts out, Tasha, who are you shouting out on this Easter Saturday?
I have 2 birthday shout outs. One, again, for my world traveling. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego, cousin Marion, who is she's 60-something.
Marion Southall White?
Yes.
Okay. Shouts out to her.
She is in Utah with her husband. Y'all, she is on her 49th state. Her goal is to complete all 50 states. And she is in Utah with her lovely husband, Calvin, on her 49th state. Her birthday was 2 days ago. We got another birthday shout out to one Mr. Hustle himself. His birthday is on, I think, the 31st. So we're going to give him a
Hustle.
Got
unapologetic hustle for y'all.
And then shouts out to my baby girl. Now, she has already been baptized, but my baby joined my church last Sunday.
So, all right. Well, congratulations, because it's the blood that gives me strength from
From
day
day to day.
to day. It will
would
never what?
ever lose its power. Come
Okay.
on, Lord.
And,
It reaches.
all right. That's what we're
mountain.
gonna
It
do there.
flows to
Yes.
the lowest
Have a
valley.
blessed. Right. I want to send a shout out to all of my believers out there. Yes, we are believers. We do cut up on this show, but we do recognize and acknowledge Jesus Christ as our Lord and Savior. I will say that publicly. I will not deny him publicly because he sure ain't finna deny me when my sand run out. So we give you all the praise today. Happy Easter weekend for all of you who celebrate. Get those Easter baskets ready. I look forward to being on Facebook. One of my joys, as far as since I moved away from home, is seeing all of my friends and family post pictures of their children and grandchildren and how beautiful they look on Easter. I always look forward to that on Easter Sunday. So post those pictures and have a great Easter. I want to give a shout out on a more solemn note to those workers that was on the bridge and those cars that were on the bridge during that tragic boat accident that happened in Baltimore earlier, the Francis Scott Key Bridge. That is the worst nightmare anyone could ever imagine. That's the stuff you wake up in a cold sweat out of a dream that your car is falling off a cliff of a bridge. So my heart goes out to them and shouts out to them. Shouts out to anyone who's celebrating a birthday. And again, shouts out to my Christians. Now, you know how we get down. We about to get off here and go shopping and do some stuff ourselves. So we will see you in 6 days and 23 hours. Until then, T-Sizzle, what do they need to do?
Vamos Azul.
Go blue. We are out of here. Peace. Happy Easter. Now send me out with a hymnal. It's the blood that gives me strength from day to day.
For me.
Yeah. We give the Lord his praise and his props on this show. Take us out with a look.
The blood that gives me strength.
Yes.
From day to day, it will never lose its power. Come on, Temple Praise.
We'll see you next week. Peace. We love you, God. They did. They hung him high. But on that third day,
he hung his head for me. Died. That's love. Come on, Saints.
Woo! Saints in the building. We'll see you next week.